Well, welcome back from the break. I'm sure you've had some good practicing of using the release technique. What we're going to do now is review what we've done up until this point. So if you don't have it out already, take out your large chart of emotions. And as you remember, last weekend, what we were doing is we were identifying our now feeling. We were tracing it to the underlying fear or grief or apathy, underlying emotion, and then letting it go. Because every time you let go of a little bit of grief, you were letting go of a little bit of all the feelings underneath it. Now what we've been doing is we've been letting go of the wanting approval and the wanting to control. Now, if you take a moment and write in wanting approval and wanting to control up here, see these little boxes? So take a moment here in the class and also at home, write in the wanting approval and wanting to control. What we'll be doing for the rest of the class is we'll be focusing on the two underlying wants that all the feelings culminate in. So every time you let go of a little bit of the wanting approval and the wanting to control, you're letting go of a little bit of all of this. And that's why the results will be even more effective than anything you've experienced up until this point. Because as you're letting go of the wanting approval and wanting to control, you're undoing all limitation, all of the uncomfortable feelings, all the things that are holding you back from having whatever it is that you want in your life. So keep it going. Keep focusing on those two wants. If feelings do come up, that's okay. You don't have to push them back down, but remember to take it a little deeper and focus on the underlying wanting approval and wanting to control. As you do that, you'll see the results really accelerate. We'll be working now in our workbooks on the page that says letting go of wants. So turn in your workbook to the page that says letting go of wants. Now, what we did up until this point, like last weekend when we worked on goals in the last couple of tapes ago, is we've been focusing on what we want, letting go of our feelings to the contrary, and seeing that it does come in a lot easier. Well, there's a much more powerful way of creating what you choose in your life, and that's actually letting go of the wants. In fact, it's our conflicting wants that cause all our suffering. We want certain things, and at the same time we don't want them, and we get stuck. Also, when we're wanting, it's blocking us from having. We all have long lists of things we've probably been wanting a very long time, and they always seem to be just a little out of our reach. And that's because want equates to lack. So what we'll be doing now is making a list of some of the things in our lives that we'd like to have, some of our wants, and some of the things that we're wanting to get rid of, some of the things that we don't want. So take a moment or two, those of you at home and those of you here, to write down some of the things that you want and some of the things that you don't want. Okay, well, let's do some work on it together. And those of you at home, you can start releasing now. You don't have to wait until it's your turn. And also remember that sometimes we'll be viewing people from this class, and sometimes we'll be viewing people from other classes. So who has a want that they'd like to let go of? Yes?
Healthy children.
Okay. All right, so are you aware of that want right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now dig a little deeper and see which underlying want it's coming from, the wanting approval or the wanting to control.
At first I would say it would be control.
Okay. So just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting to control.
Okay.
See? Did you let go of some of it? Yes. Okay. And just allow more of it to come up. Now again, you'll notice that Nikki and I will more and more just allow you to do your own releasing. We'll kind of help you, point you in that direction, and then you'll probably let go before we even ask you anything. See, you're doing it again. Just let go of more of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels pretty good, really.
Okay. So it feels better?
Yeah, it feels a lot better.
All right, great. Give yourself a couple of checks.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Now, I would suggest that those of you here continue releasing along as I work with the person at home. So now it's your turn. And now remember, I can't emphasize this enough, there's nothing wrong with having. What we're doing is letting go of the wanting. The more you let go of the wanting, the more you're free to have whatever it is you choose in your life. Plus, it really frees up a tremendous amount inside to not have that wanting inside of you. So now just focus on one of the items on your list. Let's start with something that you're wanting. And as you focus on it, see which want it's coming from, the wanting approval or the wanting to control. Now, could you allow it to release the wanting approval or the wanting to control? Now focus on that same item again and just see which want it stirs up in the moment. Now could you allow yourself to let go of that want? Again, focus on that thing that you're wanting. And just see whether it's coming from the wanting approval or the wanting to control. And as you become aware of it, see if you can just allow yourself to let it go. Focus on that item again. And just see if there's any more remaining wanting there, either a wanting approval or a wanting to control. And could you allow yourself to let it go? Now focus again on that item one more time. And just allow yourself to become aware of which want is stirred up in the moment. And could you let go of that wanting approval or that wanting to control? Now I'm going to go on to something that you don't want. But if you need to do some more work on this particular item, you might want to pause the tape for a moment before we move forward. So now focus on something that you're not wanting. Something that you're wanting to avoid. And again, just allow yourself to become aware of which want it stirs up in the moment. Could you let it go? Focus on the item again and just allow yourself to become aware of what you're wanting in the moment. Could you allow that want to release? Now just invite up more of whatever you're wanting in relation to that item. Just invite it to come up into your awareness. And remember, you don't even have to wait for me to ask you the question. If it comes up and it leaves, that's totally okay. So again, focus on the item. Focus on that thing that you're not wanting. And just allow the wanting approval or the wanting to control to come into your awareness. And then just allow it to release with ease. Now focus on the item again, that thing you're not wanting. And just allow yourself to become aware of your now want. And then just easily decide to let it go. Now I suggest you continue working on this sheet for as long as it takes and work through many items. Again, it is extremely powerful to start letting go of wanting. Not just the wanting approval and wanting control, But whatever you're wanting in your life, the more you let go of wanting, the more you can have. And also the more you can feel imperturbable moment to moment. Because no matter what is going on around you, if you're not being pulled or pushed by conflicting wants, you can be more at ease.